and welcome. Thanks for getting your pot on. Thank you for telling a friend. The soldier is here. He's got a big announcement later tonight. What do you mean? It's a big announcement. I do. I think it is.
Taking your talents to South Beach?
Well, sort of. He might be doing that.
Be some Tua now. Taking it to South Beach.
Matt is here. He's still not emotionally attached to the Giants, but
Cowboys.
Or Cowboys. I don't know why.
Or the
he's saying
Giants.
I don't know why.
I'm not emotionally attached to either one of those, by the way.
And Kevin, who can probably relate to this, Jameson has been sick.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Knocked out. Like, I woke up Sunday morning, puke all over the bathroom floor. But not so much the bile. Anyway, I don't need to get gross about it. But so I had to clean all that up. He goes, I'm really sorry. But I made the mistake of getting up and then going, are you okay? Yeah, I'm good. I go, all right, I'm just going to lay down for a half hour more. About an hour later, all of a sudden they hear he's back in there, and this time he's stepping in what he already left on the floor. So I'm like, well, Father of the Year. That's the way to go. But we did.
You're rusty, you know?
I wound up at urgent care one day, and then they said, well, it could be appendicitis because he's complaining about his side. Just watch that. And he's like, it really hurts. So we were in emergency yesterday.
Oh,
and I go, God damn.
Jesus, did you get the punch card for urgent care? Isn't that twice last week?
I don't know, buddy. Yeah, because he also went to urgent care for his wrist. Yeah, so he had he was on his scooter one day down at the skate park, calls me and goes, hey, it's starting to rain. Can you come get me? And I go, you're not going to melt. Just come back here.
Oh, man, you really are the Father of the Year.
I said the same thing. I was on the phone with him.
He hits the steel deck of the canal bridge here and went down. Arms all banged up, wrist again, this, that. So then the other day, he's going, man, my wrist, it really hurts a lot. So I said, all right, well, we'll go to urgent care. So we went to urgent care. That was a Thursday or Wednesday. I don't even remember. And then urgent care on Saturday, and then the fever that's been going on. And tell you what, Mark, you might have done it right.
Sickness is going around.
2 trips to urgent care and a trip to the ER. CPS can't be far behind.
That's true. That's a good point. I'll tell you, I don't know what happens. We went to Strong, and to go to
in your shirt before you went?
I always have one on standby. I always wear a collared shirt because I think they treat you better.
Really?
Yeah. If you have your
At
shit,
a hospital?
Yeah. I always think if you look like you have your shit together, they'll treat you a little bit better. They talk to you better. Sometimes you could hear them like talking down to people, and I always thought so. I always have one on standby.
Oh shit!
I always have a button down collared shirt.
Did it work out well for you?
Yeah, it was fine. They were all cool.
How long did you wait? Wait a long time?
No, not that long. We were in the lobby because they were sold out yesterday. I mean, sold out that down the hall to the pediatric because he's only 14. They have beds out in the hallway, and there's just people moaning.
Yeah,
like there's a guy in a bed just going, "Ugh."
I hate hospitals.
Matt, it was like a zombie ward. Then when we're leaving, there was a certain medication that I needed to get for him. So they go, we have it. It's already ordered. Just go upstairs. I'm going down. There's a woman just bawling her eyes out. And I go, God, this is just a miserable place. I don't know how you
Well, what do you
work.
think? It is a nice place?
Not
that bad.
Yeah, but it
I
used to be
didn't
back in the day. They didn't shove you in the hall.
Yeah.
Like when my
That's what I'm
mom
saying.
went in the last time.
Yeah.
I went in to see her. She's in a hallway.
Yeah.
Boy.
Right in front of the nurse's station.
Yeah.
They're talking on the phone and shooting things up the freaking bank thing to the different department. I'm like, this sucks.
It does. And
Like, you don't
where
even
was
get-
she
you
at
don't even
RGH or Strong?
RGH.
Yeah, but
You
okay,
don't
but
even get a
every
room.
hospital is like, it's like, are we overrun? Is it the emergency room? Because I think with the emergency room, if you go there, they have to see you regardless of your ability to pay.
Right.
But
Right?
it also,
So I'm wondering if people just show up there like shit's so bad, you gotta, you know what I mean? I feel terrible. I felt bad for these people. I felt that the nurses and all couldn't have been nicer. At least I'm in the pediatrics, so they're, they got kids. Most of them would be happy. I don't know how you do that fucking job.
I would.
did you do a set while you were in there?
I didn't do anything. I actually fell asleep.
Wow.
I fell asleep in the chair. I dozed off.
It might be having appendicitis. Hey, don't worry about it. I'm taking a nap.
I just couldn't help it. All of a sudden, I was sitting there. I was like, I was gone. And then somebody comes in and I jumped and they're like, "Oh, sorry to wake you." I go, "Oh, it's a good thing you woke me."
A nap might be better than your set, anyways.
So you went back to sleep after you threw up, and then he ends up walking in it.
Yes,
right?
yes,
And then you go to sleep at the emergency room.
yes. I did. I dozed off.
Jameson went to surgery and came back while he's
I
taking
feel
a
a
nap.
lot better about myself right now.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm here.
Get your own room at least, or you have to share.
No, you had the curtain divider down the.
That's the worst too, because when you're watching
Yeah.
TV or something,
yeah.
You
Oh,
got-
I think they have TVs on each side now.
right?
In the
But you're-
pediatric.
you're competing against
They
what they're watching.
weren't watching, and I
Somebody's watching Dora in
and I
Spanish, and I'm trying to watch football over
yeah,
here.
I was watching football. I was like, I got football in, and I don't know what. Turns out, just a nasty virus. They tested for everything, COVID, all this stuff.
Well, I told you, Mono was going around.
Yeah. Well, man, now the kid he can hardly talk without coughing. I don't know what the hell's going on.
It's all it is. I mean,
Yeah.
I got it.
How have you not gotten sick?
I was all weekend.
Ew.
Yeah.
All right. I've been taking. I usually mix garlic, ginger. I squeeze a lemon and throw some honey and cayenne pepper in there, and I drink it every night.
Yeah?
That's a great idea.
Like how much?
It's a clove of garlic through the thing. I buy the ginger by the root. I peel it and I use just a little bit because I've broken the
Who's
garlic
remedy?
press.
Whose remedy is that?
I just saw it online. They called it a flu bomb, and you're supposed to add some other herbal something to it. I don't.
Jameson.
And so I just take that with the half a lemon, a little bit of honey, and a eighth of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and I
You put it
shoot
in a bottle like this?
No, I put it in a cup with warm water. I spin it around, like I stir it up, and then I just shoot it. And I'm telling you, it
Like a cup, like maybe 6-8 ounces?
yeah,
Oh shit.
maybe a little less, maybe like 4 ounces.
Just do a shot of that
It
every night.
just
huh?
boom, yep. And then it seems to have kept me pretty good.
Yeah.
And I will tell you, garlic, I didn't realize lowers your blood pressure.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I went to the doctor at one point. I was borderline. I started doing this, and I go, "Yeah, you're fine."
But
So
you're
wait,
doing- yeah, it's probably helping your gut too.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's getting bigger and bigger.
No, I
by
mean the
way.
health, not
Poo
the size.
It's getting bigger and bigger. I don't know. Last night, I get a text from somebody in this room.
Wasn't me.
Wasn't
Nope.
me.
Nope. It was another guy who said,
It was me. It was me.
and what did it say?
I said, "This is what I'm talking about. Let's
Pretty
get,
much.
get McDermott to fight. Like, don't you see what's
Yes.
going on here?
Yes.
He
it
can't
was.
beat. He will not be able to beat these good teams in the playoffs.
No.
And I'm still going to go with that.
Okay.
I'm
3
still
and
gonna
1,
go with
we're
that.
jumping off the ship
It
already.
says
no-
Mark Hillman.
Not jumping
Please
off the
fire
ship.
him.
If
so he
this
can go to
proves
Dallas.
McDermott should be if this proves McDermott should he fired, I don't know what does. I figured you had a couple drinks. I don't
I
know.
had no drinks. I just
Should be fired. I don't know what
should be
does.
fired.
Look, I don't know if it was. We can say out coach. They only scored 10 points. But god damn, those guys. I never saw. They are huge on the other side. Not that
Baltimore's defense is no joke.
they're no
They're
joke.
ranked 32.
I
Yeah,
know
but
they're
secondary.
ranked. They're
But a
secondary, but even those guys stepped up yesterday, right?
Well, and you get a pass rush like that, it makes your secondary a hell of a lot better.
But coach can't make a guy catch the ball.
That's what I was
No,
thinking.
he
You can't catch the ball. You can't catch the
He
ball.
can't, but either you're going to be Marty Schottenheimer and you're going to be Philip Rivers, or you're going to be Tom Brady, or you're going to be Peyton Manning. That's what you're going at right now. So yes, it is coaching. It is. They can beat Kansas City and fine in the regular season, and they go to the playoffs, and McDermott is out coached.
No, you have a point there. I don't know enough about coaching. I always feel like I like when you or Matt says something like, hey, I always think, you guys kind of really know the coaching side. You were a coach,
Yeah.
even at a lower level, but you coached the game.
I don't think it's a coaching problem.
I kind of don't either.
How is it not a coaching
Well, because
problem?
these other games have been so, and I granted against the teams that we don't know, but they're all NFL teams. And I always think, boy, it just shows you how I thought the Dallas game against the Giants showed how hard it is to win in this league.
Yeah.
You're on the road. That was a tough game. I'm sure people thought the score should have won by more, but a win is a win, and they won. And to me, that
so they're going to win the division this year. They're going to get knocked out first round of the playoffs.
well, we don't know that.
Against Baltimore,
But we
Kansas
don't
City.
know that. Look, hopefully
It's-
McDermott's not McDermott, but hopefully Bean's on the phone right now making some calls. I mean, I did think, what was the thing last week? Everybody eats.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the deal?
Yeah.
Everybody eats. And then I think the headline in the Athletic was something along the lines of everybody's starving or the everybody eats philosophy has gone rotten is basically what they said.
Right.
And you couldn't get the ball to guys. Look, Josh pulled the Josh
He
move.
was.
He played well. He threw that.
was
He
fine.
threw a perfect pass to Keon Coleman. That whole thing where he was running out to the end. I mean, that was an amazing
was.
throw across his body back in. How many guys can
Crazy.
do that?
He's not the he's not the problem.
No.
Actually, if he could receive and he could play defense, they would win all the time.
Again,
what's
something on the offensive line too? I mean, it was like a turnstile.
That went to shit.
So what's your solution? Fire McDermott for
No.
who?
But
For who?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But if you're going to go in and you're going to lose the first round of the playoffs every year, you're Marty Schottenheimer.
Yeah, it was Tim Graham's the thing said Bills everybody
Doesn't
eats
matter where the
formula
coaches
goes
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
catch the ball.
So yeah.
Or block.
So
Or block.
tackle the running back.
Well,
Or let him run 87
touch
yards.
the running back.
So-
Untouched, 87 yards.
What do we say?
that's
I mean,
called discipline. That's what you do in coaching, right, Matt? It's discipline. There was no discipline last night.
there was a couple. There were a couple movement online. I mean, on both sides, they're calling that more though.
Yeah.
They are
watching
calling that
very
way
closely.
more than they have been in past seasons. I just looked at those guys, and some of them are the size of a fucking house on the other side. They had guys over 3. I mean, Henry, he's a freak of nature. I'm sorry, he's 250
I wanted the
pound
Bills.
running
I
back.
wanted the Bills to take him.
Yes,
Yeah,
me
I
too.
I wanted Dales to sign him this offseason.
Yes, of course, because
Ridiculous.
he's a monster. He's amazing. He's an amazing athlete. Is that me? That's ringing?
I think so.
Oh, hang on a second.
I know who that is.
No, it's
Oh.
the. I'm gonna let it go because I just recognized the number. It's to
Sorry,
our
you're-
phone line
it's not-
585-206-8866. It now comes to my phone.
That's the answer.
So my phone goes off all the time, but I just saw it. I don't have it punched in over here, so I can't grab it. But otherwise, I would.
But it's true. There's no. I mean, McDermott is a great coach. He's done a great job. I don't take that away. But you can only go to the last.
So in
5
other words, you
years.
feel like he's gone as far as he can go. He's
Yes.
taken them as far as he can take them.
I think that after this year, if they do the exact same thing and they lose to Kansas City or Baltimore, I think you got to do something.
So you gave
Why
away
is-
your number one receiver.
Yep.
You got rid of all your secondary.
Yep.
You're playing all young kids and
All
a
young
guy
kids
that-
in this next
honestly,
man up philosophy didn't work last night.
One guy that's on the team because he died on the field. He wouldn't even been on that team last year if it wasn't for what happened 2 years ago. So
Matt, I couldn't agree more.
you
with
expect
that.
these guys to go out and win, but they don't have the talent
Yeah.
on that defensive secondary to do so, and they definitely need a wide receiver.
And why is Harbaugh such a better coach if he can't get over Kansas City either?
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Harbaugh's gotten
Yeah,
beat up the
Harbaugh
last
has-
couple weeks.
He has, which is surprising. But is that also? And I'll ask you, because without the preseason or the preseason, let's say not taken as seriously, right? Guys don't play. Does it take offenses longer to get in their
Yeah.
rhythm? Running back, we're seeing more running because they're playing too high safety, and on the defensive side, it's almost impossible to make deep throws.
Right.
Not impossible,
And
but
that-
almost.
And that's called September football, is what they call it. It's bad in September. It's all defense. If you really look at it for
Yeah.
the most part, unless you're in New Orleans Saints the first 2 weeks,
Right.
it's all defense.
And then what's happened to them? They've come back
Yeah.
down to earth.
It's way down to earth.
Yeah, I know.
Way
So
down
this
there.
is the thing. It's like, how hard is it to win in this league? But my favorite was all the people that were bitching, the betters, and they were bitching, and I guess must be tweeting at Lamar Jackson.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I think people had him going over 200 yards passing, and I think he went 150 passing, and he said, responded because there was a lot of people saying that
He
he
doesn't give a shit about
well, of
his
course
bet.
he doesn't give a shit. But he goes, "This is a team sport. I'm not out here satisfied when I threw for 300 yards, but took a loss. I'm not satisfied."
I agree with him.
He goes, "If I throw 50 yards and we win, that's what the fuck matters."
Right.
He goes, "Y'all stop commenting on our socials about the yards. Y'all fan duel and parlays ain't shit."
Look at Dak the first week, had a mediocre game, 175 yards, did what he had to do. They ran the ball, played good defense. Everybody ridiculed him for it.
Yep.
Last week against Baltimore, he throws for 379
Yeah.
yards and loses the game.
Yeah, I know.
Which would you rather have?
I'd rather have the win. I hear you. But
Absolutely.
300, like I'm going, I mean, Derrick Henry to have almost 200, he was a yard short, had 199 rushing yards.
Is that what he ended up with?
Yeah.
Wow.
They should've- they should've
199.
gave it to him.
That is unbelievable
It is.
in an NFL game. To throw for nearly 400 yards like Dak did in that game.
Yeah.
It's so impressive to me.
Well, just wait. The Cowboys and Eagles are playing soon. You'll see Barkley run for probably 250. I mean, the way the Cowboys can't stop the run. Yeah.
I don't know.
Barkley will probably tear them up.
Did anybody watch any other games this weekend that had nothing to do with the Bills or the Cowboys?
I watched the Red Zone the whole day.
Nonstop.
Yeah.
So I did end up watching a little bit of the Bucks game, and I didn't see the quote until after the fact.
Tom Brady one.
Well, with Baker Mayfield,
Yeah.
I heard Brady.
Uh-huh.
I heard them
Yeah,
read
me
the
too.
quote.
That's right.
So then I go, is there more to this quote? So I did find a little bit more, and then you'll hear I pulled the audio, but it said
Baker's saying they took it out of context. Is that true?
I don't know. That's why I was trying to find it. I couldn't find much more. I found a sentence more. According to what I have, it said Baker Mayfield said this building was a little bit different with Tom in there. Obviously, playing wise, Tom is different. He had everybody dialed in, high strung environment. So I think everybody was pretty stressed out. That's what he said. They wanted me to come in, be myself, bring the joy back to football for the guys who weren't having as much fun.
What a dick.
Well, I don't know where, but see, I'm so glad Matt said what's the context, because I don't know what the question was.
Right.
Like, I can't even find the question.
that's
It was
true.
on a podcast too, so we just got to find out what podcast. it
Okay.
was.
All right. Okay. I didn't see that. But this was my favorite.
I laughed my
Our
ass
guy
off.
here
Did you? Yes.
said, quote, they wanted me to come in, be myself, bring the joy back to football for guys who weren't having as much fun. It's funny because you've made this environment for me very stressful up here in the booth, so I understand where he's coming from.
Do you feel it?
No.
Feel the stress? No. Well, I was going to say, I thought stressful was not having Super Bowl rings. So there was a mindset of a champion that I took to work every day. This wasn't daycare. If I wanted to have fun, I was going to go to Disneyland with my kids.
Yeah, so as you were saying, go ahead. That's you feel like I feel like there's more in there to say.
There's a way to approach this game.
Yeah.
And it's that with the right mindset and try to push each other outside of our comfort zone. And great teammates do that. You come in, I have someone like Gronkowski, I have someone like Evans. There's high expectations for us. We got to make sure we go out there and deliver.
The competitive juice is still flowing.
It's still in there.
I love
No
it.
apologies.
Wow.
That's why the guy's got 7 Super
I
Bowl.
mean, different guys they go to the game different ways. And I mean, Brady was
Hey, man.
in that Belichick mindset of once you walk in these doors, it's nothing but this.
Yeah, but won't make it to the playoffs. But damn, they had a great fucking time.
But Mayfield, I thought Mayfield looked great.
He's
I
looked
mean,
really
he's
good.
tearing it up right now.
Yeah, he's like, and he's fired up, dialed in.
He had a great year last year with him.
Right. So that's why I'm wondering, was this taken a little bit out of context?
I'm
But-
sure it was. And if not, I don't think Mayfield met any ill will.
No.
I should say, but
Right.
no disrespect, but kind of watch what you say about that kind of stuff, though.
Well, yeah, but it's like it shows you how hard it is to make it in this league, even
Oh, yeah.
at any level, or how hard it is to be great. The guys that are great, I remember Rolling Stone magazine having this whole thing about, they did something on Tiger Woods. I think it was Rolling Stone. It's many years ago, and they talked about him going backstage at a U2 concert, and he asked to see the playlist or the set list because he didn't know any of their songs really. So that way he could go, "Hey man, I love that you guys played whatever," because all he did was golf. That was it, right? Nonstop. And it's a boring life. Like, my kid keeps talking about, I want to play D1 basketball. I'm like, buddy, do you realize that kids are getting up at 4:00 in the morning? They are working out before they go to school. Then they're going to school, and then they come home and they're doing a different workout, a basketball workout, their whole life. We can do it, but you got to be in. I can't have, all of a sudden a bowl of Takis and then Dr. Pepper, and I'm going to stretch out for the next 45 minutes.
That's what I'm trying to tell Tyler. Because he wants to play college hockey. And I'm like, bro, you got to get out and run.
Yeah.
You got to be lifting.
Yeah.
You can't be going to Chick-fil-A every freaking day.
This is it.
They
And
don't
it's
understand.
like, no, and have we made it too soft? Have we made it too easy?
I don't think they realize. They think just these guys just go out and play this game and they're good at it. They don't understand the work they put in. Like I told you, I have a friend. His son's a freshman right now in Illinois, and he's got like 14 offers at D1 schools right now to be a quarterback. He's a freshman in high school.
Jesus.
This is all he's done since he's been able to walk is work out, throw a football, do things. And his dad made the NFL. He was actually with the Bills during a preseason, got cut, and he was with the Packers for a little bit and got cut. So
who cares?
But he
To
made
me,
it to at least the league. But he, the kid wanted to play football, and he says, if you're going to do this, it's a commitment. And parents have belittled him about the way he brought his kid up.
Of course.
But his kid is a straight A student. He's very respectful. He's done right, and he loves football. He
If this
lives
is what the kid wants, and look, a kid is going to push back. That's sort of their job,
Yeah.
right? At times to be a pain in your ass and kind of.
Right.
But at the same time, if that's what he really wants, then that's it. You don't want to be Todd Marinovich's dad. Was that who was that who it was?
yeah,
was
I think
it-
it was.
Was his name Todd
Yeah,
Yeah.
Todd Marinovich.
Marinovich? That's right. And I think his big win was against what was it? The Giants? Did he beat the Giants or something?
I forget who he
It's like,
he had a
he
very
just-
short
Yeah,
career.
but he was great.
Yeah.
But then he hated playing. He
Yeah.
hated the game, and his father jammed it down his throat, and it was all the time. Maybe there's a happy balance in there. I don't know.
Well, like I was
But-
telling you, it's just the commitment part of it. I was telling you, my buddy that my Tyler plays hockey with, the kid's gonna give up hockey because he's gonna go pro playing cornhole. And he goes, I said, how do you do? What's he do a day? He goes, he's out there for 4 or 5 hours. He throws 500-600 bags a day,
On cornhole alone.
just throwing bags at cornhole.
Yeah.
And the kid is fantastic.
Didn't we do the story? Was it with you guys in here when we
College.
talked about the college
Yeah.
offering a D1 scholarship for cornhole or a
Yeah.
scholarship for cornhole? And so his kid's going to go pro in cornhole.
He was
you're
he
laughing
was-
now, but it's going to become
I
a big
know.
thing.
He was at a tournament. He was telling me a couple months ago, and this guy who's like really high ranked in cornhole challenged him to a couple of cash games, and the kid smoked him twice. And the guy's like, "Listen, you're ready to go. Make the next step. When you go, your first call is to me. I'm your first sponsor."
No
And
shit.
he blew him out.
Wow. God, it's a backyard game, right? I mean, I guess we could say that about any sport and anything, but I'm like, who would
Where's
have
he
known
live?
that cornhole?
Does he live in Greece or
Spud
something
sport.
else? Spud sport.
I throw 600 jarts a day just because I'm trying to stab something.
I don't know. I just what it takes to be great, and I love that thing from Brady where he's like, "Well, you know."
Well, and they talked to Brewski about it today on ESPN, and
they did.
he said, basically a player is a wet towel, and somebody's got to wring that towel until it's completely out of water. And he goes, that's what Bill Belichick did to us. We gave everything we had. We left it on the field. If we didn't, we let everybody else down in that room, is what he told us every single day.
Yeah.
And he goes, and that's why we won. We wouldn't want to disappoint the next guy next to us, the coaches, the fans, anybody. We did not want to lose. And we won 21 straight games between the end of one season and the beginning of the next season when they went undefeated to the Super Bowl.
Right.
And he goes, that was the mentality, is we did not want to let people down. He goes, and that Giants loss on that undefeated season will haunt me the rest of my life. He goes, even though we felt like we left everything on the field, we could have done better. But man, that just told me right there, like, I'm not a big fan of seeing Bill Belichick come to Dallas. Maybe I am with that mentality.
Yeah, if he's going to get everybody to buy into the idea of, look, you got to be an
But it takes time.
exceptional.
That's the problem. Is you have
Yeah.
you have
You got to build that.
will you have
character,
3 years?
culture.
Will Jerry give him 3 years to?
Jerry will give it
instill
to him
that.
because he won't pay another coach. He'll never fire a coach because he's got to pay 2 of them. So
Mm.
he would give him the 5 years, but still got to.
Is McCarthy, is his contract up this year?
Yeah,
It is.
yeah. He won't be back.
Yeah.
Unless they all of a sudden make a miracle run, make it to at least a championship game, he's not coming back.
I'm trying to think. I don't know that I ever had that feeling that if I didn't leave it all on the field, I was, you know what I mean?
You don't do
Yeah.
it every night with the podcast. You
I
don't,
mean-
you don't leave it all
I used
all
to,
on the microphone.
I will say, like, I used to, I held it tight when I was doing mornings and weren't sure what was happening with the show and all this stuff. And I know I was tight, and I went in there to I wanted to win every day. I always want to win. I have that. I can tap into this. I just want to fucking win.
Yep.
Right. But here's the thing. I have a weakness. It's called I love to fucking party.
I know, me too.
And if I get distracted and I'm on the path,
Yep.
all it takes is just a little bit, and
Some of us call that pussy and get us.
well, whatever.
That's why Tom Brady didn't drink the entire time he played in the NFL. Never drank.
Really?
That's why he got so
So
drunk, on the Super Bowl
yeah,
parade.
and they had to
Yeah.
help on the Tampa
Yeah,
one.
when he tossed the trophy from one boat to the
How
other.
great would that have been if it was at the bottom of the bay? How many people would have been diving?
They may have found it last week if it was.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know.
no, showing up. That was bad.
But
huh?
Yeah, that's
North
bad.
Carolina.
It's bad down there.
I saw Asheville, North Carolina.
Nashville
which
got crushed.
yeah, I
And
saw
I
that.
guess they just found yesterday there was a landslide there that killed over 100 people. They found them yesterday. No idea it was there.
Yeah, they can't. My wife's dealing with that with her job. All their network connectivities and stuff, they can't get internet or phone lines and things. And people are bitching, like, what do you want us to do? The river's still 40
they
feet too
can't even
high,
Get in there.
and
You can't even get
all
in
the
there.
poles are gone.
Yeah.
And
We
there's
got the
another
poles
the next
back in.
storm is coming,
coming.
the same exact route. Same spots are gonna get hit, it looks like.
Why the hell? What the hell's going on?
God hates the
It's
South.
hurricane season, yeah.
Yeah, I know, but that's strange. Like then I kept
God
seeing
hates
the-
Alabama.
I kept seeing the Tallahassee got spared like at the last minute.
Yeah.
And supposedly they have some big superconductor magnet at the University of Tallahassee or no, Florida State. And they have it and people were wondering, was it the magnet that steered the storm
geez.
just enough? And the scientists are going, no, it's not.
They
Not
said
at
the
all.
same thing about Tampa and St. Pete. That it's like a burial ground, so it never gets hit. And
Yeah.
then, 150 miles away is where it was this time and destroyed that whole area.
Yeah,
Jeez,
Florida
destroyed
turned the magnet and sent it to Mississippi. Screw them.
All right, we'll take a moment and we'll get ready for Soldier's big announcement.
It's not a big announcement.
I think it is.
It's not
actually.
because I can't really say where it is and what I'm
No,
doing.
no. But you can say
Are you gonna be-
enough.
are you gonna
We
be
don't. We
principal?
don't need the details.
Are you going to be principal?
Like you said, I can't talk about what.
He can't talk about what it is. We'll get to that. But BTB Woodfire Pizza and Grill. The new. We're into October. When is that new brunch menu? This week.
Sunday.
This Sunday.
Sunday, yep.
This Sunday.
If
All
you can set urgent,
available.
come in, we can go.
Yeah, for the 1 o'clock game. It's a 1 o'clock game this
Yeah,
week,
it is
right?
a 1 o'clock game
Yeah.
this week. I will not be there. I will be in Pittsburgh.
Oh, you taking your sons down?
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep.
Who are they
Well,
playing?
Dallas.
Oh, that's right.
I'm going to watch Dallas lose in Pittsburgh.
Maybe
No,
not.
thank
They're
God.
playing the
not.
Cardinals. We
I
just
don't
figured
think
we'd go.
Yeah, well,
No, I didn't know. I knew his son was a Pittsburgh fan, so I didn't. You're right. That was a dumb thing for me.
Well,
to
yeah,
say.
my oldest son is a Steelers fan. I let him pick his own team.
Yeah.
because my dad, told me that's what I had to do, even though he brainwashed me.
Yeah.
So then when he became a Steelers fan, I said, well, I'm not letting that happen again. So I brainwashed Josh from birth. I apologize to him all the time.
But over 50 TVs, not a bad seat in the house. The pizza, I forgot how good the pizza is, as I haven't had it in a little while. That is amazing. We just had, that's just a wood fire pizza that we had tonight with sausage and pepperoni.
That's it.
Yeah, because
I had a rough day. And I told Matt, I'm like, I don't have time to go through the menu. We haven't had pizza in a while. Let's go with that. We can hit that again.
But that wood fire pizza is like perfect. It's got it's charred perfect. It's the whole thing.
One bite, everybody knows the rules. Let's go. You got to get Portnoy in there.
No, I'm afraid of that guy. He's very judgmental on
Yes,
everything.
he is.
Yeah.
Super judgmental. But
Just have nested on all the TVs. You'll be good.
yeah, right. That would
Make
be
sure I don't have any Yankee stuff on.
But don't forget baseball playoffs, right?
Yeah,
Might as well start.
Come on out for the baseball playoffs, and of course, next week when they have the press conference and the Soldier is going to be the new head coach of the Buffalo Bills to take over for McDermott. No,
That'd be great.
yeah, I think it'd be great.
Are we letting Brady off the hook, by the way, the offensive coordinator?
That
No,
trick
because-
play was the
yeah,
dumbest timing of
That
that
thing
play
that
ever.
changed. That changed.
Yeah,
was
we should get
momentum.
into that because I thought Josh
I-
was going to get killed on
Yeah,
that play.
I didn't see that. That's the
no
one play
run.
I didn't see.
Yeah.
They got away from James Cook totally.
Yeah.
I know they were behind, but you weren't that far behind.
No, you weren't.
No,
You were sort of
7-0.
in it.
They were
Yeah.
throwing the ball around left and right.
You score, you're only touchdown behind.
You
Right.
got it. You got it. We'll get into that. But over 50 TVs at BTB. The food, the portions are great. People have to take some home with them. Big eaters have even mentioned on social media they have to take it home. The pizza is second to none. Get out there to BTB Woodfire Pizza and Grill in the mall at Grease Ridge.
When did the trick play happen? Was it in the third quarter, I'm guessing?
Yeah, they were driving. They scored a touchdown.
2, 3, 4. Busted flat in Baton Rouge and heading for the trains. Feeling nearly faded as my jeans.
Chris Christopherson, author of this
Bobby
song,
thumbed a diesel
made
down
famous by Janis Joplin,
just before it rained.
dead at 88 years old.
Is it a Star is Born?
Yeah.
With Barbara Streisand.
He was. And he did some other movies as well. I mean, the guy, you got to think, like, brilliant guy, actually.
Yeah.
I think he was a Rhodes Scholar, which means that you're invited to study at Oxford. And was in the Army. I think had a teaching position at West Point. Like, was offered. He was a helicopter pilot. And he decided now he was going to go to Nashville and try to become a songwriter.
Well, it worked.
Yeah, and he said for a long time, man, it took him a number of years to catch on, but he would part-time helicopter pilot, part-time sweeping floors, doing whatever, and then the shit all came together.
Drake Hogestyn died too, and nobody cares.
Who?
Drake Hogestyn.
Who's Drake?
He was John Black on Days of Our Lives.
Jesus Christ.
He played on the show for 39 years.
Did he really?
Yeah, he just all of a sudden died. He was on a Friday.
Wow. He died over the weekend?
No, I'm just saying, you know how they tape it.
Yeah.
He died-
Oh,
he
I
died-
see what you're
He
saying.
died over the week. Yeah, he died over the weekend.
Can we also throw out a special birthday salute to a vilified friend, Sugar and Sue, Stephanie's mom's birthday today?
Ah, look at that. Sugar and Sue doing her thing. Just real quick to get, and I know the football, but you got to talk football. That whatever that trick play was, like you had, was it Samuel who did in a shotgun? He's never done it. I think the defense went, we've never seen this happen. They knew had to be a trick play. And then, I mean, it was Van Noy practically, he caused the fumble, but it looked like he almost ripped Josh's arm off. Josh hits the perv. I go, this is terrible.
That was a brutal hit.
That was terrible.
I didn't think he was going to get up from that hit.
I didn't
I
either.
thought that was the one that was finally going to do it. And he got up, man. He looked like he is seeing stars. But that guy, what's important, he has not played well in a couple of years. This year, he's out of his mind. He's playing.
Yeah.
It's because he got out of New England finally.
Oh, yeah.
Is that why?
Is that why
Van Noy,
He was
I
always
thought-
great in New England, but
did he go to the? I thought he went to the Raiders after that. No, is this his third team, or did he go right from New England too? Why do I think there was? I thought there was a Raider connection in there somewhere.
Raiders, because that would make sense across from.
I think he
Crosby.
left
Yeah.
somewhere and came back to the Patriots. No,
I don't know. I don't know his story. Either way, that was ridiculous. I mean, and
I mean, the whole thing is we're not trying to kill our quarterback.
yes,
And then they do that fucking stupid play.
They do that play. Holy shit.
I mean, I guess they look at it as they're going to focus on the guy with at taking the snap, not at with Josh. Trying to get to Josh quick on the outside. No one's going to get him. They're hoping that he kind of crash in, and the guy didn't crash in. Like
No, he didn't.
He played the position perfectly, and when he saw Josh there, it was just like, oh,
Patriots, Dolphins, back to the Patriots, Chargers last year, and then Ravens this
Oh,
year.
okay. All right, I'm wrong.
well, you know what? That just shows you getting the right fit, right
Yeah.
scheme, right players around you. You could be a
Man,
all-star too.
Yeah, he's a monster this year.
Yeah.
I mean,
That whole defense, man.
He's
They got
wreaking havoc.
their linebackers are sick too.
Yeah, I mean, he's got, and some of them. Who's the guy from? Who has another name like Tua, but it's not. It was a big 300-pound plus guy. I thought he was a.
The nose tackle?
It might have been. I don't know, but I mean, I'm just looking at. They have human houses out there.
Yeah.
These guys are the biggest people I'd ever seen. They go, this is
That's why I'm surprised that Dallas didn't get crushed by them worse. I mean,
well,
Dak threw the ball all over the field on them.
Yeah.
And the offensive line did an amazing job with
Yeah, they
two
did.
rookies on that line.
well, good.
But I
It's a
don't know.
good
I don't
sign.
think they played as good as they did last night.
It's a good sign. I don't know.
Where you're looking for Namandi Madabukie
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
He's a
yeah.
defensive
Yeah,
end.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
or
No.
Melisalia
That guy.
Araviam.
Wasn't he okay? Wasn't he with Jacksonville?
I don't know.
I don't
This dude though looked like he was
He's a
300
monster.
plus,
Yeah.
just big,
He is
just enormous.
a monster.
344. 6'5".
Yeah, 6'5", 344 pounds.
Brick shit house.
That's what I'm saying.
Whoa.
I go, how do you even run on that? Like, what are you,
You
gonna
don't,
do?
obviously.
There's nothing you can
you
do.
run to the outside.
That's it. You better hope he trips over his shoelace or something. I don't know.
Just leave a Snickers on the ground.
Yeah. What's your a big announcement for the soldier?
I'm leaving Vilified.
Yeah, you don't have time anymore for us.
No.
All right.
unless you do some
You want to
magic.
change some stuff?
Unless you do some magic.
we might be able to do some magic.
something,
Yeah.
maybe even even if you have to change like
A different day of the week or something. Yeah.
I mean, I get out at 6. I can be here at 6:30.
Okay. All right. Well, you're working a lot. I think that I like
it's
that
the
you
same-
found a. I think I like that you found a niche
It's
and
and
not
it's the
doing
same
this
thing. It's
freaking liquor
It's
store.
the same thing.
CVS.
CVS sucked.
Getting
Let me
punched
tell
in
you.
the face.
Let me tell you about.
Getting guns pulled
Let
on
me
you.
tell you about CVS.
You know what I mean? It's better.
CVS is nothing. Is the worst job ever.
Why?
And the fact because nobody works there. You have one person that you can walk in there and you can steal shit and nobody will fucking even know. I found so many empty boxes walking around there because people steal. There's only 2 people. That place could have 4 people working there.
When's your last day so I can get some good stuff?
Oh, there wasn't. The last day was last week.
So, yeah, they're just ripping everybody off.
Yeah, and it's like there's just nobody wants to work there. No one, so they can't find anybody. It's just what these jobs are nowadays,
Yeah.
And it's like, working
Well,
till 10.
But see now, did you have to work on Sundays sometimes?
no, I
know
said,
you-
I said no.
You said no Sundays.
I would do
But now you don't
Saturdays.
have to worry about it at
No,
all. And
no,
you've
I-
got the money because you love yelling at the TV on the Sunday and
Yeah, I love yelling at the TV.
telling McDermott doing all that stuff.
Douchebags.
Well, let me just tell you something. Kevin was with Greg Connors yesterday, and I know, I swear, I thought I heard something outside.
You probably
Is
did.
he freaking flips out? Like, I mean, you talk about somebody who's invested like a coach. He's yelling what the play should have been and what this guy
Well,
should have
not
been.
that
And
much.
He flipped his shit
Yeah,
on
this
that
shit-
Derrick Henry run.
Oh.
It wasn't vulgar. It was like bitches and goddams, but he still got yelled at by his mom.
yes, mother.
Maybe he should be the head coach. Get rid of
I-
McDermott. Let him
there
go to
you go.
Dallas, and
There you
Greg
go.
Connors can go to Buffalo.
The Buffalo's
Sounds
the
great.
Buffalo doesn't need an offensive type coach. They need an
That's
offensive
true.
type coach.
That is the thing.
They got one.
Yeah.
Offensive coordinator. Let's move him up.
Yeah.
That guy's getting promoted quick now.
Yeah. Brady is
He's gonna. If
I-
he has the year like he had the first 3 weeks, he'll be somewhere.
If Buffalo brings in a guy to coach the team with the last name Brady, people are going to lose their shit.
That would be kind of funny. Well, look, Greg's was always a good time. Because
Greg was sold out last night. I was shocked how many people there for a Monday or a Sunday night game.
yeah.
I was going to bring Brady, but I'm like, there's not going to be many people there, and
Yeah.
we're leaving by halftime anyways, and it was sold out.
Yeah. I was combo between the car driving back home after the emergency room and then actually watching it from the couch for a little while that so I missed some of maybe I watched the first half there. I think I watched like the first half at because I let out a yell and James was like, Dad, I guess there was something. Yeah.
I brought the fried dough that I usually bring from my buddy's
Yeah,
bakery.
yeah.
And they were talking. Greg's lady friend was talking about it with somebody else. She's like, "It's from the West Side." I'm like,
and telling you,
am I getting
Wait.
Yeah.
played out here because
Yeah.
I brought something
Sham.
from the West Side?
Sure.
getting shammed.
I'm like, it's Gates. Gates is all Italians. It's all Italian bakeries. I'm like, did I just get West Side
You
shamed?
do.
Sure
You
did.
did.
Wait, so West Side fried dough was a bad thing?
West
It
Side
came from the
anything
West
is a
Side.
bad thing.
Well, hang on now. I love the East Side. I've lived here. I don't have any problem with anything from the West. I
Because
like
you're
the-
not from Rochester.
Oh, that's true. I'm not.
You're not a Rochester.
I'm not originally
you're
from
not- I mean,
Rochester.
you're-
That is true.
You pretty are. You're Rochester, and you've been here. For
Yeah,
30
yeah. I bet.
years.
I've been here longer than I've been
Right.
anywhere else, but I didn't grow
when
up
you're
here, so
born-
that's not.
Because being on the West
Because
Side,
I love poking fun at the West Side. I even like. There's a meme that I want to put up that I saved that somebody sent me, and it's all these snooty Brits, and it goes, "How 585ers look at 315ers." Yeah, like I like that, and I always like the rivalry, and there are
There-
some
but the ri-
significant differences.
but the rivals only on the East Side. I didn't know that there was a West Side, East Side until I started driving and started going there. I didn't know
Well,
it existed.
I got the impression that the East Side looks down their nose at the West
They
Side,
do.
yeah, we
and
do.
I always thought the West
We
Side
didn't know it though.
was like very family oriented. I think the whole area is, but I always thought very family oriented, maybe more Italian, right? More than
Well,
probably
other. I mean, it's different now. I think.
Oh,
that-
Gates
It
is still
was.
pretty Italian.
Yeah. You get a lot of greases too.
yeah. But I always thought like Italians to me were like good group family, everybody. I like that.
the shamer's the one that requested me bringing the fried dough. That was the best part about
Oh,
it.
she asked for the fried dough. Well,
I said, "Do you want a fried dough?" And she's like, "Hell yeah!"
she's got a little bit of West Side somewhere. in there. That's pretty funny. Well, it's like going to a Diddy party, only not exactly the same. I mean, wait.
Bring your own baby oil.
Yeah.
So baby oil is Jameson and Guinness.
Dude, I was thinking about this. Have you ever wanted to be at a party so badly? Like somebody was having a party, you just wanted to see what it was like. I don't know, in like high school or anything like that. If there were friends of yours, like the older kids were. I remember I so badly wanted to go. There were this family called, the weirdest last name I ever heard, Makuchi, and like and
The Makuchis.
I can see why you'd want to go to that party.
yeah, but they all, like, we watched them all stumble. I think one day they all skipped, and his parents were out of town, and they all partied all day there. And remember, as the bus pulled up to let off the youngest kid, you saw all the like seniors and stuff stumbling out, getting in their cars. In my mind, still there's a cloud of smoke. And I read this article about a reporter who was 23 years old and he was working down in the Hamptons, and Diddy was having a party. And so he's like, I didn't really have a place I was living. I was sort of operating out of my car and out of somebody's house and this and that. So I had this rumpled shirt. I threw it on. I just wanted to go there. And as people were walking in, I was going to write down who was at the party and stuff. And he goes, this girl comes up behind me and goes, you want to get in? Tell him that you're I don't know, some guy who's a huge investor, who he writes in the article was found bludgeoned to death by his wife's boyfriend, an electrician, years later in his house.
Oh,
yeah, I guess it was a big deal. But he's like, so she goes, yeah, be Ted Amon, and I'm your guest. And he goes, okay. And so he says he's Ted Amon. They let him in. He's like, I never got stopped. She took off. He's like, I saw nothing of no baby oil, no anything. He's like, I had a great time. He goes, I drank. He goes, I watched, I posed for photos with Busta Rhymes, Russell Simmons, Ivanka Trump, Bill Bellamy, Tyson Beckford, Carmen Electra. He goes, I flirted with her once I got the courage up. I got drunk. He's like, only people who, the only famous guests were allowed inside, because at that point he was known as Puffy in '99. In Puffy's home, he goes, never once was I questioned that evening. And so as the night unfolded, I got bolder, flirted with Carmen Electra. I got a contact high from hanging out with Jay-Z and Busta Rhymes. And I don't know who Betsy Johnson is, but he said squeezed her cheeks. He goes, I even thanked Diddy for throwing one hell of a party and shook his hand. And his 2-word response was, okay, yeah. And he goes, that was it. He goes, but I saw no lubricant, no sex toys, no pink cocaine. I did see a few people passed out, including the girl who helped me get inside. He goes, I don't know if Ted Amon ever made it to the shindig, but I'd like to think he did.
Bill Bellamy might be the only person. Thank God that these parties are getting out there, because his name's back out there for 5 and 75 years.
But I'm going, how about all the people we see at like the white party and shit? I don't know if they would even know what was going on.
not every party was that way, obviously.
Yeah,
I'm sure there was a select people that went to those parties.
the freak off parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was probably
Pizzagate.
What do you mean?
Pizzagate. That's what they call it.
Well, that was like what was the Pizzagate
No,
thing?
that's
That
a-
underneath
that's Hillary-
that was Hillary Clinton
That's
underneath the pizza.
2016, yeah.
Wasn't it underneath the
Trump
pizza
said-
parlor? They
yeah,
were
sh-
trafficking
yeah.
little girls or something.
That's what they,
And they-
that's what they're calling
People
it.
drove up there and shot up the place, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I think you're
'Cause they
right.
thought it was
Now
true.
that
they
you
did a
say
Law and
that.
Order SVU on it.
Yes.
It was like one of those ripped from the headlines with a
Yeah.
Chinese
Yeah.
restaurant on Law and Order.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if I had a chance to go to a Diddy party back in the day, I probably would have gone.
Oh, hell yes.
If I could have even
Yes.
snuck in just to see it.
Yes.
Don't you just want to see it?
But there's
All the
probably
people-
like you were saying, there's that outside party to get in. There's party levels. There's probably 3 more levels once you get inside.
Well, I bet you in the house.
Maybe.
I wonder if shit was going on in the house, or
you
if
get to the
freak
next
off is a
level.
whole different party altogether.
I'm sure it's a
I
totally
think
different
it's
party.
a different party.
I don't think Ivanka Trump will be there. I just
That's what I'm
get my
saying. Like,
guess, you know.
I can't imagine that.
Yeah.
They showed Chevy Chase at these things.
Yeah.
I don't think
he didn't do it. Every party wasn't that way. I'm
No.
sure. You know, there's
I
probably
mean, he did have that scene with the baby oil and Caddyshack.
No, but didn't we hear like Howard Stern? I go, Howard Stern, who I've never met him. I have no idea, but I hear is a germaphobe and shit. I can't imagine him rolling around in a bed and oil and all this shit at all.
I wouldn't think so, but you know,
Yeah, I guess.
Stuck in the ass.
But
by
you know
Diddy.
what? I would love to know. Wouldn't you love to know,
Yeah.
like the most unassuming person to be in there? Because sometimes, like, it's always the people that I always heard about that were super nice, came out, were all cool, and they turned out to be like the hardest
Hey,
assholes
gotta
to
look
work
out for the
for.
quiet ones.
Or the people that like Ellen was supposed to be very difficult to work for, but yet she was always happy and dancing and doing all this shit.
Right.
You
It's
know,
all
yeah.
an act. Yeah.
right. I mean, Letterman, I hear, was a real prick, but he was just a real prick.
Yeah.
Kelly Ripa is a bitch.
Oh,
Really?
I can
You know,
see
that
that.
people, Kelly Ripa got Regis fired, then she got Michael fired.
There was a picture of Regis at a Diddy party. That's one of the things I saw.
That wouldn't
You
surprise me
think
one bit
you're
for some
Regis?
reason. Yeah.
Hey, Gelman, get over here and rub some baby oil on me.
Yeah, I
Like,
see him with some
I'm gonna hang
20-year-old
out with Larry
Bobby
King.
girl.
Oh, okay.
I could see
All right.
it. I
all
could
right.
see that.
He just seemed like
He
so.
was too happy of a guy.
Yeah, he was way
Regis
too
and
happy.
Larry
Yeah.
King judging the poolside
Yeah.
bikini contest.
He was happy from the night before still, and he had that 25-year-old girl.
I don't know. I saw this. I go, I would want to be at a Diddy party just to see what it was like, but I wouldn't want now, 25 years later, to have my, be questioned about all this stuff. And people think I'm saying I didn't see anything because that's what I should say, but I really didn't see anything. Pink cocaine. I never even heard of pink cocaine.
I'm surprised more details haven't come out. More names haven't come out yet. It's
Yeah, I'm waiting to see.
a couple weeks out. You think
Yeah.
this would have been bigger by now?
I would, yeah. Somehow.
Before something awesome, we gotta get this information.
Well, Suge Knight's the one who keeps saying like he's saying that he's got his hand in a lot of stuff.
Oh, Shook Knight shouldn't be talking either.
I know, but I think Suge is just like, well, if I'm going, we're all
That's
going.
true. That's true.
That's just the way it is.
Back to prison.
Yeah, right,
There
exactly.
you go.
And then I don't know. I just thought the parties were always a fun thing if you can get into the right party. Have a good time.
Like Travis Henry's party.
Yeah, Travis Henry wasn't he like doing?
Yeah, we went. I don't know if you were even
I wasn't.
there at the time. We all went. We were all invited. You walk in, and they have exactly what you were talking about. They have different tiers of different bracelets. So when we walked in, we were just hanging out, whatever, and then they go over there. Go
Mark got the
that's-
7-Eleven.
They
down
go. That's the
street
table
bracelet.
over there. That's where the alcohol. They go. That's where the liquor is. And the cocaine's right over there. And we just like look at each other like, okay.
Yeah.
The cocaine was right out. Like,
And then wasn't he? But when he went to Denver, didn't he get busted
Yeah.
for like running cocaine for somebody?
I think so.
yeah,
Yeah.
'cause
Yeah,
he was
he had-
broke. He's
and he
got
had
10
9
baby mamas, 9 baby mamas.
I think he freaking conceived
remember-
two there.
I remember watching that dude. I should be careful saying this story, but at training camp, and all of a sudden, media's around everything, and he sort of freaks out. He jumps over a barricade and runs into the building. And as soon as he got in, we're all looking at each other, and then there's this giant, loud clap of thunder, and it just starts to pour. And it was like he knew it was coming, and he just took the fuck off.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because he's from Florida,
That's
and I
funny.
think
yeah,
that
he's seen it.
right, and he's seen it, and I
pop-up
think
storms.
yeah, those pop-up storms, and there's no like in Florida, it's all flat, right? So the lightning
Yeah.
can hit you. He like all of a sudden, I'll never forget. Like he goes, I gotta go, and he jumped up over this barrier and ran into the building. And then all of a sudden you hear boom, and wow, holy shit,
That's
it's
crazy.
Like, it's nuts. All right, we'll take a moment.
He
Wasn't
must live near that magnet at FSU or something.
yeah, maybe. I don't know. I found that very funny that people were saying like the magnet did it. Some scientists come out and go, there's not enough power. It can't happen. It's never happened. It's a rumor people like to spread around, but it can't control the weather. We'll take a moment. Was it an accident or did this guy just have enough? We'll get to that right after this.
New York City was a stitch in time when I stood all I could of LA. Patching up pieces of my tangled mind and digging something different every day. Yeah. Soon as I was better, I was moving on, getting it together, getting good and gone and by. High and strange.
I think Teddy Swims needs to cover this.
New ain't nothing but a state.
Chris Christopherson.
Yeah, baby.
Getting by high and strange.
Joe Mercado would cover it, but he knows he messed this up too.
Joe Mercado, the Morgan twins?
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it. We never got the Morgan twins in here. Now you're not going to be back.
I'll be back.
Just come in fucking late. We'll start, and you just come in late.
Special show.
Huh?
A special show with the Morgan twins.
I'll be
Yeah.
here by 6:30.
Yeah, just come. That way,
We
yeah.
start at 6 anyways. It wouldn't be that late.
No, you wouldn't be.
All right.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Okay.
And then you just show up, and then you're here, and because look, people sent you gifts.
I know. I don't.
They
wanna,
didn't do that to you on the radio. They
Can-
said, you know what I'm saying?
Can we start at 6:30?
Well, that's
No,
these guys'
that's
question.
that's questionable.
It might be questionable. Oh, and it might be questionable now for me because I got to get
Yeah,
home.
right.
I got a kid who every teacher
Just
I
gotta
met
tuck
with.
Jameson in.
Well, no, I don't. Every teacher I met with was big personality, polite, lot of energy. You know what that means?
Troublemaker.
ADHD. Well, maybe.
I mean,
But
it means he's got your genes.
Yeah, it sounds like his father.
ADHD, big time.
Yeah.
And I go, I gotta, homework. Like I'm going, buddy, we work on this for 15 minutes. That's kind of my strategy with it. But so I gotta kind of be home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
That's the
don't
only thing. But if you'll be here by 6:30.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's fine.
Actually, we can start about 5:30. It'd be even better. Then we don't have to do less less helmet.
There you go.
I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
He doesn't want to lose me.
I like this group. I like the way this whole thing flows for me. I do. I like it.
We could just say contract dispute and just replace him with Doug.
yeah.
Mark's
Okay.
Mark's on a contract dispute.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
He's
I'm
like
gonna
Cousin Oliver.
I'm gonna put up a no on that.
Matt's gonna go. Matt's gonna strike too.
You know what I think? Matt sent me. I don't know if I should bring this up or not. You
Yeah, you
sent
can
me
bring
a
it.
text.
Yeah.
I think we should do that. I think we should do it Tuesdays lunchtime at BTB.
Okay.
With
let me
you
see if
and
these-
whoever,
let me
I
see if they're
bring-
available.
I bring or around that or
That's
whatever.
a lot to bring all that shit.
Well, we just bring a couple, you do it, and then you see if you can get one of your beer sponsors or somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you do it every week, and we tape it on Tuesday, drop it on Thursday.
Okay.
So that way it's out by noon on Thursday, and you got all the games.
Let me ask them if they're available Tuesday
So
afternoon.
see if they can do like Tuesdays around lunch. I don't know, lunchtime. I thought it'd be more fun to do it.
Just looking for a free fucking meal.
No, I'm not looking for a free fucking meal. Like,
And you should talk.
He said he knows football, and he's been saying for a while that he'd like to do a weekly podcast. I think it would work well, but I think the uniqueness of it would be if people knew it was Tuesdays at noon at BTB, maybe they'd even come by. We set up a mic for them to either ask a question, chime in, whatever you
Sure.
want. It's your
That's
podcast.
a good idea.
We just throw it out there. And I don't know why that just came
One
into my
question
head
with
at this
each
moment.
entree order.
It's just a thought. Just a
No, that's a
thought
good
as
idea.
you're thinking
Yeah.
about it, because I thought, why not? You know,
Yeah.
and
And if Bill can get a chicken French out of it,
Thanks.
it's a win-win for everybody.
Christ, yes, I love their chicken.
I have no
You're
problem
such
with
a
that.
son of a bitch. You are such a son of a bitch. That's not what I was thinking. I was
How the
thinking, like,
conversation went
what's
earlier.
a great way to promote your play and let people participate as
Yeah,
well.
that's a
I
great
think
idea.
that's kind of cool. And if you did it weekly, then it's out in
Something
time for the
filled up.
weekend games. But it gives me a little bit of time to pull it all together
Yeah.
and put it out. That's all. That was it. Talked about doing a weekly podcast.
I kind of
Yeah, I
Okay.
figured you figured that. All right, so there's a story that I always love these stories because I am sure that the way it's being presented is accurate. But because I am who I am, I like to think that maybe, possibly, it's not accurate. So a husband and wife, they're in their late 70s, they're out with another couple to dinner. Husband pulls the car up. He's 70, not late 70s, he's 74. So it's around 8 o'clock at night. He pulls up to the restaurant to let everybody get in the car. He believes everybody is in the car. His wife is in the back because old school guys, probably the men are in the front, the women are in the back. I don't know. Her door is not closed. He thinks it is. He starts driving, and her leg gets run over and tangled up in the car, like runs her over.
He's been planning that for years. He's been tired of her shit since 1987.
This is all I can think of immediately. This is what I think of. According to the Ontario County Sheriffs, say the woman suffered a serious laceration to her right leg, which caused heavy bleeding. And people there, Good Samaritans, somebody took off a belt, made a tourniquet to stop the bleeding. She was being aided by several people. During investigation, it was learned the 74-year-old man was pulling his vehicle closer to the restaurant to pick up several passengers and family members after eating dinner. The man allegedly began to drive forward as his wife was getting into the back seat of the vehicle, and the man thought everyone was already inside. This caused the back tire to drive over the woman's leg, causing serious injury. When the man realized he had mistakenly drove over his wife's leg, he immediately
backed up and did it again.
Yes, put the vehicle put the vehicle into reverse, removing the tire from over top of her leg. And I go, do you believe the story?
Was he drunk?
Or is it an accident? I'm
They're coming from dinner.
It was an accident.
74. You're thinking Manhattan.
I'll tell you this.
There was people there.
I think it was an
They
accident.
were with people.
I think it was an accident.
He's tired of her shit.
Well, there's probably a lot of chaos of everybody in. You know what I mean? Everybody's getting in the car.
I mean, he can smack her around.
Yeah, now he's got to listen to her bitch about her
Right.
leg.
Well, this is true.
He can smack her around at the comfort of his own home.
But how many times, it clearly an accident, but how many times do you think this guy thought, if I could just run her over? Just one
I know.
time.
I thought that 4 times today.
I'm pretty sure my dad wanted to run my mother over.
There were times I wanted to run my mother over.
Okay, when have you used unbelievable restraint? Like you're in
Every goddamn day I wake up.
But when have you used unbelievable restraint? Think about that. Like you're out somewhere and you just used unbelievable restraint. I don't know. Ever have someone try to get out of a car you were driving while it's moving?
Oh, yeah.
You've had people try to get out. I've had.
Yeah, that freaking girl that we know.
Why is it women, I think more than guys, try to get out of a moving vehicle?
They sober up. The roof you wear
The whole,
off.
it was coming down here too.
No.
We were driving down here.
Were you in an argument?
She was in an argument.
You weren't.
I was like, she was arguing with herself.
I remember being pissed once and driving, and all of a sudden it was, I'm getting out, and I'm going, no, you can't get out here. I'm getting out. Let me out of this car. And it's car's door is opening, and I'm pulling the person because they're so gripped onto the door that I know if I pull hard enough, the door will actually close. And I go, I will pull over and you can get out, but I can't. You can't just get out of this fucking car, even if it's moving at 30. Try.
All right.
You see people on a fucking treadmill at 3 miles an hour. They can't do it. You know what I'm saying? You will kill yourself.
What's a treadmill?
Okay. But I go that I've had it happen only once, but it was scary because you're like, Jesus Christ, I'm sober. They're not, and I'll let you out. I would love to not. Who? No, I was sober.
Ish.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you the story off air, but because it's too identifiable for the people involved. But the point being, like, so I was stone cold sober on this one, not even sober-ish. I've been to there too, but nobody was getting out of any cars. It was maybe me trying to
Sober-ish, you want to push.
Yeah. Ever have a car used as a weapon against you? I'm thinking if anybody has, it's you. You never had somebody like try to chase you with a car or something?
Leaving the arcade once.
There you go. I knew it.
I got hit with it.
You suck, Bon Jovi.
You got hit with the car?
Little tapped. So it knocked me down. I was hammered. I was going on my way to Chance's house because he lives right over there. And I knew all 3 guys. I saw him the next week at the freaking arcade. I'm
And
like,
then-
what the fuck? You remember you know?
What was it for? Just to be funny?
I don't know. I guess I told him to fuck off or something.
Oh, that sounds like you.
Did they buy you a drink the next week for running you over?
Yeah.
That's all it takes from Mark. Just buy him a drink. You're right back in his heart.
Well, I gotta think like, okay, since it came up earlier, east side or west side, since the fried dough and you got shamed for your dough on the east side, where do you think that people, this kind of shit happens more on the east or west side.
Oh,
Getting out of
definitely-
cars,
Definitely,
screaming,
definitely the
fighting.
west side.
Don't you think? I feel like
I think
it-
it's equal on both sides.
I would bet you're right, but I think if you ask more people, and I think that because
I think it's
I'll tell
louder.
you
I think
why.
it's louder on
You
the
got
west
it.
side.
That's exactly why.
It's just the same
No,
amount of
east
shit.
side, it's quiet until they're alone. And then when you're in the car alone and it's just you and her, and all of a sudden she loses her shit on you and she's going to get out. It's the same thing.
That's true on the west side.
But
They
on the
just
west
fight
side, on the
publicly.
west side,
They'll fight
that's right.
publicly.
Shook
They
it
don't
out.
care.
Shook it out. Kick
But,
the
but
door.
at
What,
least
you think
there's
you're better than me?
honesty there. Do you
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's not phony.
Yeah.
It's like fucking real. How many times is I don't know if you want to answer this or not. I'm sorry, I'm putting you on the spot a lot tonight. But the restaurant, have you ever had couples like getting like all of a sudden usually it's not the dude, but she blows up
Oh,
and
yeah.
storms.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
some chick walks in that he dated like 35 years ago.
No. Sometimes
That
we
bitch
have
is
a
here again.
Sometimes a husband will walk in. Sometimes a husband will walk in and see his woman with somebody else. You know, I mean, shit like that's happened too.
I'm friends with a couple, right? And so the woman found out he was cheating.
Yeah.
So she forgives him. They're gonna get back together. Well, a couple weeks later, she finds out he's at Mr. Dominic's at the lake
Oh yeah.
with this girl.
Oh shit.
She walks in, sits down at the table.
Oh goddamn.
She's like, "Oh, Jay, I see you're eating your favorite meal," but it says what it is, you know. And then she looks at the girl. She goes, "I see you're eating yours. It looks like shit, just like you do." And like they get a little argument in the restaurant, and then so the wife leaves, waits for him outside. They end up in a fight on the sidewalk.
That's
two women?
Charlotte.
The two women.
Really?
In
That
bet-
guy has
in-
to feel good because to have two women fighting over you, I don't care how old you are. That's like, hey.
Now, is this before or after Mr. Dominic's pushed the
This
dining
is
room
like
back?
2 weeks ago.
This is like yes.
Oh, was it
last
really?
week.
Because the old Mr. Dominic's used to be like the
Within the
size
last
of this
month.
place.
So like,
And that would have been really awkward.
okay, are these
It was a Friday night too.
oh,
Yeah,
2 weeks
Friday
ago?
night, Mr. Dominic.
no, about a month ago.
Oh, shit, I was about to go 2 weeks
3 to
ago.
4 weeks ago. Yeah.
But usually it's okay. So this sounds like people who were they regular customers of Mr. Dominic's?
Yeah.
Okay. And then you have to feel like the whole air changes as this woman walks in and sits down. And once you realize what's happening, I would almost be nervous.
No, yeah.
I
I'd
would be
shitting my
afraid.
pants, right?
Yeah. If you're managing that, how do you handle that?
So then somebody calls the cops on him. The cops come. The husband and the girl, they wouldn't let leave there because they've been drinking. They
Oh.
couldn't drive.
Okay.
So now they go to the bar next door to have some drinks. And it turns out the wife's girlfriend is the bartender there. She wouldn't serve them. It was a whole soap opera, man. It was great.
But how do you handle that as a manager if you see something like that happen? Like if that happened in your restaurant, you try to keep a lid on it somehow, just so other
It depends on how bad. I mean,
there's nothing you can do. It's
It
a
usually gets to the
domestic
point-
dispute.
yeah, it's
It's
not your
in terms of-
fault,
You
right?
ask the police that they don't want to get involved
Yeah,
in this kind
yeah.
of shit.
we would, we ask them to leave. You know, obviously if there's physical violence in there,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
that's a little different. You got to separate them, but
Right.
otherwise you just ask them to leave. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not friends with them, but I know another couple that's been barred from like 4 or 5 bars because they always got in fights at the bars. They're just banned from the bars.
Take yourself and your whore wife
Oh,
outside,
They're
please.
fucking.
They got
they're
more
train wrecks.
They got more chances than he gave them more chances. Finally, he said, "Fuck it." He goes, "Don't come back."
Yeah, bro. I mean, what are you going to do after a while? Because it starts to work against your other
No, not-
customers who
They're
are
not
there.
banned at my bar.
Oh, they're not.
No.
Oh,
He likes
You know who it is
entertainment.
though.
I know. I was thinking I might
know
be
who it is?
wrong. I might be wrong. Who it is?
Uh,
I was thinking it was the bald guy.
yeah.
Like, yeah,
No.
not.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
not
that's what I'm-
George.
that's
Not
what I'm
George. No.
thinking.
You, Eric.
All right, never mind. Don't, because you're going to say something, and then somebody's going to be identified.
All right.
Well, you know what I mean, right?
We'll talk.
But I always worry, like in those situations, it would be bad for the other customers.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want that, and at the same time, I don't want to get involved in your family business either.
Yeah.
You know, whatever
Yeah.
you're
Obviously,
doing,
you try to calm them down first, and say, guys, you can't be disruptive, and hope that it just stops at that point. But
Yeah.
You're anybody throw shit at your restaurant?
oh yeah.
Yeah, Matt.
When people get drunk, they get stupid.
I'm just talking about almost like a domestic where they just
Oh, it's
throw plates and shit
No,
like that.
no.
Matt
no.
threw a whole bag at a
At a
Uber
Grubhub
driver
yeah.
or Grubhub driver.
It's a long story.
It was the greatest. I mean,
And you were sober too, right?
no,
Oh, I was.
We it was
during
busy.
COVID.
He just picked up and whipped it at the guy. It
It went all over the
It
place.
was awesome.
Yeah, because you were at your wit's end.
It's the same Grubhub driver that screwed up like 7 times in a row because he would send his 10-year-old kid in to come get the order, and the kid would grab the wrong order. So the last time he did it, he threw the thing at him.
Oh, so then you get complaints.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And it's the restaurant, and it's not the
they're getting the
Grubhub.
wrong food. And
You got it. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
so-
lose my shit
yeah,
too.
we actually had to ask Grubhub not to send this driver ever again.
And then he came in with a different kid.
Well, anyway, but all this reminds me. I don't. Anybody know who Tom Segura is? Comedian. He always had this.
With Bert, he's gonna hang out with Bert Kreischer.
Yeah, this is one of my favorite bits.
I have to confess, I was very, very excited to call 911.
It's about his
Have you ever
wife.
been excited to call where you're like, finally, a good one, you know, like, this is why we play the game. I call, the operator goes 911, and I'm so amped up, I go, get fucking ready. He's like, okay. He goes, you need police, fire, or paramedic? I go, paramedic. Let's send them all. He was like, what happened? And I was like, ooh. And I realized that while what I'm about to say is true, it sounds suspicious. But I gotta say it. So I'm like, my wife fell down the stairs.
It's a great bit because he's like, you know, at 2:00 in the morning, my wife fell down the stairs and she said, she starts screaming for me. And she said, I think I sprained my ankle. And he goes, I can tell by looking at it. He goes, but then I have to make the call to 911. And who's going to believe it? My wife fell down the stairs like this guy. I ran over to the old lady's leg. I was an accident. She wasn't fully in the car. But either way, that's what happens sometimes. I just love knowing that there are many couples out there that fight publicly.
I mean, I have a couple things not about fighting, but I got one from the weekend.
You
Yeah.
and
Well, all right.
He fought with his TV last night over the
I
Bills
did
game.
fight my TV. I went to a place. Me and Marianne went to a place, and a friend of mine actually, he was our rep at our beer rep, a friend of ours that we used to hang out with all the time.
Okay.
He comes in, he sits down, right, and we're talking, and I introduced Marianne. He goes, "Oh, is that your mother?"
oh,
Here's the fucked up thing about that. He went to my mother's fucking funeral.
yeah, but maybe he didn't remember.
Or he was being a dick.
No, I think he just didn't remember.
I didn't think. Yeah, I don't think you remember.
So what happens in that situation?
He,
What,
well, he felt.
no,
he
but
felt-
what do you say?
I go, no, it's my girlfriend.
And oy.
It happened twice in the same place. It happened twice in the same, that same day in the same place. Happened twice.
okay.
All
Here's
right.
a menu for your mom. Here's a kitty menu
So
for
that-
you.
So then we went on a wine tour,
The senior discount.
and it was and it was a bus.
Wait, are you both AARP?
You gonna let me finish?
can
it?
be now.
You know,
Okay, so
yes,
we'll
they're gonna
play
let
the
you
discussion.
finish, but we're having fun interrupting.
But it was so it was a big bus. It was, and one of her friends goes, "Oh, is that your son?"
Her friend said it.
What? Yeah, didn't have never met me.
Yeah.
And she goes, "No, it's
No,
my
I suck
boy-"
his dick. What?
She goes, "No, it's my boyfriend." And she goes, and the girl made the biggest deal out of it. It turned uncomfortable.
Wait, what did she say?
She's going, "There's no way you're dating him," and she was like making it sound like
Like
There's
you're a
no-
piece of shit?
no, not me.
That's
No,
kinda what I'm
Kinda
thinking
thinking
too.
that way,
No,
yes.
they were
You're dating that
maybe.
motherfucker?
no, it was making.
What are
She
you
was
nuts?
making.
If you're going young, could
She
you do
was-
better?
She was making me look. She was making me look good.
Yeah.
She was.
Uh-huh.
She was kind of like
Oy.
Send his
What?
chance.
So what does Marianne say privately to you about that? Does it bother her?
She says it doesn't, but I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
it's got
Does it
to,
bother
right?
you?
I mean,
I was
I'm
gonna
not
say,
gonna
it would
lie.
Have to, right? Yeah.
I mean, she knows it does. She knows it does at times. But we've been together for a long time now. I don't give a shit. That's why we've known each other for years, and that's why we never got together was because of me.
Because you were afraid of what people would say.
I was afraid of what people would say then.
Yeah.
Then
When did
She had to wait till he turned 18.
what changed? For you?
Natalie. the man's, Natalie's the one.
What did she say?
She told me I was stupid. She said you got to try it. Try it.
I think she's clearly she was right. But
Right.
But here's the problem: is like nobody thinks about
God,
it.
don't tell Natalie that
What?
she was right.
Jesus Christ.
What do you mean? I have a funny feeling that Natalie's right a lot.
Shut up.
She
bro.
is.
Back to Mark.
She is.
Somebody that mistakenly got their leg run over. I don't.
It was Matt.
Yeah, right. It was Matt. I would think that Natalie's probably right in that. Most people in the moment, but after that, who cares?
Well,
If you're happy and she's happy, it's none of anybody's
at
fucking
first,
business.
At first, it's weird, and you guys,
Yes.
and you two know this because you met her, and then
Yeah.
once you guys met her, you're like, oh, it's Marianne. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It wasn't.
Yes.
That's what it takes.
Yeah.
It takes someone to meet her.
Well, look, no, she's she knows how old she is, and she knows how old you are.
Right.
And so when you see that, I wouldn't be surprised when somebody would mistakenly say, "Is this your mom?"
Exactly.
Right?
And exactly. So that's why it's just it is what it is what it is. I mean,
But if I were 16 and I was out with a friend's mom and she said, "Is this your mom?" I go, "No." But it's my best friend's mom. I've been in there. I don't know. Something stupid. Well, that's uncomfortable.
yeah.
You should just start saying, no, this is a good friend of mine, Mom.
Yeah.
That's actually funny.
Her daughters are good friends of mine.
Yeah. So just
It's my ex-girlfriend.
it's my best friend's mom.
My
I've been begging her for a while.
It's my ex-girlfriend's mom.
It's my ex-girlfriend's mom.
That's even better.
That would be really good. All right, we'll take a moment. Kevin's got to theme that tune for a Monday night. Who's playing tonight?
Miami
games.
Titans.
Oh,
That's
that's
two
right.
games.
It is 2 games.
Detroit and Seattle.
Have they
Two good games tonight?
Yeah, the Detroit and Seattle game. I'm actually
Yeah.
interested. Not that any of them aren't any better. They're all
Yeah.
been pretty interesting this year. But I don't remember 2 Monday night games having, or 2 Monday nights having
Well, it
2
used to be
games.
just week one. I don't
That's
know
it.
what they're doing with this.
They didn't
whole
do it week
thing.
one, did they?
No, they
because
didn't.
They had
But
Brazil.
when I'm thinking it's the 4, right? Plus you got the overseas games.
Yeah.
But that's 4 games, Monday night games in 2 weeks.
Just spreading it
Yeah.
out a little bit.
Well, it's a longer schedule.
I told you, I would love an East Coast, West Coast type thing.
Me too.
Start to 5,
Me too.
5:30 and start at 8.
I think it'd be
Great
great.
for the East Coast.
We will take a moment and get to theme that tune right after this.
Eric and Mackenzie.
Reed.
Sounds like a Bon Jovi song.
It does. This is called You Bet. The Sam Morrison Band.
For 24 years he drove them in the big red machine.
Sounds like Seeger.
Sure does.
Yeah.
4,256
Or Kid Rock.
He went head first, never called it quits. Played every game.
It's that Detroit sound.
Yeah.
He's Johnny Hustler.
Well, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I don't hate this song.
I don't hate this song. No. I wanted to make fun of you about this, but all of a sudden I actually like it. Better than John Hyatt.
How dare you? You see John Hyatt's version of this.
Who's
Is great.
this?
I take a shit.
This is just some fan of Pete Rose who is the Sam Morrison Band who believes he should be in the Hall of Fame. He should be.
Will be
I
now.
I'm
agree.
a person that doesn't think he should be.
Dead 83, according to TMZ. The Hit King passed away earlier today at his home in Las Vegas.
I'm going to tell you something.
OJ in Las Vegas.
I'm going to tell you something. We should talk to Dan Mason about this sometime. This is why the fucker's not in the Hall of Fame. Back in that time, there was only one rule that was in the dugout. No betting on baseball.
Yeah.
He bet on baseball, and he lied about it.
Well, he bet on baseball when he was player manager for the Reds. Did he go Red back to Reds? Because I know
Yeah.
did he bet him
when
on
he
the
was
Phillies.
playing, or did he bet when he was managing?
we don't
I
know.
thought he was a player manager when he
Yeah.
bet. Let me see what it says here.
Because you put him in the Hall of Fame as a player, not as a manager. He didn't do shit as a manager.
Rose, who played first base, second base, and outfield, accumulated an outstanding 4,256 hits over 24 seasons, which is really a long freaking career. He spent the majority of his career with the Reds, but also played for the. Oh, I forgot he played for the Expos before returning to Cincinnati, finishing his career as player manager. Ended as, of course, Rose wasn't without controversy. He was banned from baseball. Bart Giamatti in 1989 after the league determined he bet on baseball. It's not giving you enough information
Yeah,
in
I
this article. I don't remember the
He's always said it wasn't on his own games.
What a
Because
train
yes,
wreck that
'cause I would trust what he has to say.
What
Yeah.
a train wreck
Well,
that
he
team was.
admitted
So
it.
you had Pete Rose managing and Marge Schott owning.
Oh, man.
That's right. I forgot.
That
She had
big
that
dog
Saint
with,
Bernard.
like,
The
taking
Saint
shit at
Bernard.
second base.
But they were pretty good teams back then.
Yeah, they were. Yeah.
She was just a mess.
She sure was.
Yeah, he was a player manager. Yeah, with the Reds. I remember that. Didn't she got basically kicked out and then died after that?
She-
Didn't she have cancer or something?
Had something like she
But
was
she was
talking about
racist.
Hitler and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like Hitler and Rhodes were something. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
And Matumbo died as well.
Dikembe.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, the best story of him
Not
is when he played in Georgetown was he would go after the game. He'd have a monster game. He'd go out to the bars and get hammered and just walk up on stage and put his arms out as far as he could. Who wants to sex Matumbo?
For real. At Georgetown?
Did he know? Did he?
It's the Matumbo freak off. Wow. So that's God. So Pete's 83. How old was Matumbo? Not that old.
58, I think.
Yeah. Brain cancer. 58. Chris Christopherson at 88. And the guy who played the lead cop in Beverly Hills Cop,
Yeah.
which I just watched
Saw that.
John
Anderson. Yeah.
John Aston.
Aston. How do you know all this stuff?
Oh, he's great with that shit.
Like how is that possible?
Don't
No
forget.
one remembers that guy.
Don't forget Drake Oglesteen. Well, he was the father in the movie Some Kind of Wonderful with Eric Stoltz.
Oh, that's right. He was.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all
And he
this,
played a bunch of different.
He was a character actor.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
But Drake
all this-
Oglesteen died too. You know, what I mean,
I don't know. Is that the guy from the soap opera?
yeah.
Yeah.
all this death, and Jimmy Carter turns 100 in like a day or two.
He does. And he's been in hospice forever.
He's been in hospice for a while.
He does.
He owns
Well,
the
when
hospice
you
now.
when you look at those guys at 100, you kind of go, do I want to?
No.
Oh,
Making 100 would be great if I could make 100 and be.
I mean, it's
Decent.
only been the
Yeah,
last
right. I
probably-
might not want to be
I
able
don't
to.
want to struggle or anything.
No.
It's only been like probably the last year for him though. He was out
Yeah.
still building houses
Yeah,
in
he was. He was
98.
gonna
See, that's
Habitat
okay
for
then.
Humanity.
That's okay then.
That I'd be cool with. Like even who was Norman Lear. Norman Lear lived to be 100 and basically said, I just don't want to leave. I don't want to leave planet Earth or whatever. And but
So
he,
did Carl Reiner live to be old too.
yeah, and he kept most of his faculties right
Yeah.
to the end. They were still
was-
writing jokes, doing.
He was
yeah.
on 2.5. He played the mother's love interest on 2.5 Men for a bunch of episodes.
Wait, Carl Reiner did?
no, Rob. Oh yeah, Carl Reiner did.
Yeah, yeah.
Carl Reiner
Yeah.
did. Yes.
Oh, I didn't watch 2.5 Men
No.
enough. I mean, I saw it.
Oh,
but
he
I
was
didn't-
great.
I didn't watch it enough. All right. Okay. Well, Matumbo. Who's going to be the third one?
Ric Flair.
Who's our?
What do you mean
Ric Flair's
third?
only kicked out like 7
Yeah,
times
What
but
do you
in the
wait,
mean?
last
What
3
do you mean?
years.
What do you
Does
mean
he-
third one? We have about 9 of them right now.
No, I think he's our
athlete
athletes.
wise.
Oh.
Athlete wise.
Yeah, Ric Flair is next.
You think?
He's kicked out so many times recently.
Yeah, if his wife just left him, yeah, he's gonna die.
What's going on with him? Is he?
The
it's
guy-
just-
Old.
I don't know. What,
You know his story.
Lot of
did you
roids.
watch the Mr. McMahon thing?
I
have not yet.
did watch it.
You did.
And it was the most crazy thing I've ever seen in my life.
Were you a wrestling fan too?
I was back in the like.
See,
in the
I
80s.
wasn't enough, but I want to see that because it looks
No, I am
interesting.
gonna
Did you
watch
You don't have to
You
like
didn't
wrestling.
watch
Not
it?
yet, but
Okay.
I am gonna watch.
You don't have to like wrestling. You don't have to be a wrestling fan. The guy's a marketing genius. The guy's like up here and stuff. But he did
ruthless from what I
he did what
sounded
Rick,
like.
he became his own character. Like Mr. McMahon was supposed to be a character, not Vince. You know, Vince McMahon was really him. Mr. McMahon was his character, but it was the same freaking guy.
Yeah.
You know, just like Ric Flair. Ric Flair became his character.
When I was watching wrestling, he was an announcer.
Who's that? Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, he was an announcer. He didn't start getting the ring until they went into the Attitude Era. Then he went in the ring and he played the bad, you know, the bad boss that everybody that everybody hated.
I watched because Jameson's been sick, and so he was sleeping and stuff. So I wound up watching something that
Did you watch all the Menendez?
I didn't. I watched a lot of it though.
Me too.
I watched a
Yeah.
lot of it. Isn't it great?
Crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy as shit.
Yeah.
How about that? I'm gonna miss you, girl, at your mother's funeral.
Yeah.
Come on. But then just the spending and the. But I'm in. I don't know where I am now. They have a new lawyer. They
I
got
haven't watched it yet.
yeah, because it was Shapiro
You're
quit.
back. Yeah. Are you to the part where the woman takes over?
Yeah, yeah.
You haven't got to the part where he's telling her everything that happened.
Yes,
right?
I did,
That's
yeah.
a crazy
That
episode.
that's disgusting.
Yeah.
I was
And
putting
they said they
cinnamon in
held
his-
back a lot.
They did.
Yeah.
Eeh.
Yeah.
See, that's why I think in the first trial, it was basically deadlocked,
Yeah.
and they got off, and then I don't know why there was another trial. That's the part I never paid attention to
Yeah.
enough. But I watched something that raised my estrogen a lot this weekend, a lot. Like I swear to God, I started to grow breasts.
The Bachelor.
Nobody Wants This is a name of a show on Netflix. Did you watch it?
Is that with Chris?
Please tell me you did.
Natalie and I started watching.
Is
it
that
the
Not
other day.
bad at
Is that-
all. I fucking
Not
loved
bad
it.
at all.
I watched the whole thing.
I
Is
had
that
not
with Kristen
through- yeah.
Bell?
Yes.
I just started watching it.
I
It's
just
good.
watched the whole thing.
It's
but I'm
good.
like, it's very chick. Am I wrong?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's
Why
a
do
chick-
I like the chick shit like that?
Because
I do. I like the chick
But it's a
shit.
chick. But it's a chick thing that's kind of written for dudes can like too.
I guess.
Yes.
Because I liked it. I liked it.
Well, she's good. I mean,
she's really good, man. I
everything
didn't
she's
realize
in-
how good she
Yeah,
is.
that's a great show.
Yeah, Adam
Yeah.
Brody's pretty good in
Adam
it.
Brody's great from the OC.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was in a good show actually that was on Netflix that all of a sudden got popular, and it was he played a drug they did a drug ring,
Yeah.
and it became popular, and they never got to 3 seasons. None of them wanted to do it. They did 2 seasons. Nobody watched it, and all of a sudden, for some reason,
It started to catch.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's one of these things. The great thing, maybe good and bad, and I call it sort of the new golden age of television, or however you're going to streaming now. An idea that didn't catch fire. There used to be a show on IFC called Brilliant but Canceled, and it was all these great shows that had maybe a season or whatever, and they just never caught fire. And the cool thing is now something gets like Suits, I think got more popular recently than it was when it was on,
Yeah.
because I don't think anybody knew it was even on. What was it
I
on?
just
USA
watched,
or
yeah, I
something?
just watched it 2 years ago for the first time.
And I enjoyed it.
Freaks and Geeks.
Great.
Yeah, Freaks and Geeks be another one that
Well, because everybody in the show, the They're a whole group. They're all in, Seth Rogen.
Right.
I mean,
Yes. They had a
Frank,
good group.
Franco. I mean, everybody in the show made it. So everybody
Going
went
back and watching
back to the show, and the show was great. By the way, I thought the show was great.
You want to see a perfect example of an East Side couple? Watch The Perfect Couple.
I
Yes.
have not watched that.
That is good.
Is it?
They don't like West Side Fried
It
does.
looks
so
too freaky.
fake.
So fake. Yeah.
So fake
yeah.
in public.
yeah.
And it's
In
bad.
public. That's a
Yeah.
good point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Watch.
This
I'm
is
telling
why, like, maybe my heart's always been a little bit more with the West Side because I appreciate that honesty. There's at least I know.
fried dough like a passion.
But what I'm saying
Fuck
is,
that
at least I know where you stand on something.
Yeah.
There's less Two-Face West Side. I would
Oh, that's there too.
no,
It's there too, though.
Okay. I
It's-
saw.
it's
I
everywhere.
said it. I watched Mets go. I don't know, but nobody wants this. I enjoyed.
great.
Yeah, I watched the entire. I was like, I watched.
I'm
the
glad
entire
you said, but as soon as you said your estrogen level went up, I knew exactly what you were going
Did
to
you really?
say. Yes. I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
I
So
damn
like, I watched the whole thing and I enjoyed it. I'll admit it. I loved it.
I watched 2 episodes during the Bills game.
That's how bad the Bills game was going. Okay. All right, Kevin, you got a theme
Maybe I
that
should
too?
change the theme and put some ABBA or something. in it. Jesus.
maybe if it helps. I don't know. All right, what do we got today? What are we doing? 8 songs? Oh shit! I thought it was on at first. I was like, well, hello. I'm gonna look over. I can't look because even if I look his way, I get accused.
I just look to make sure he's not writing anymore.
I'll cover it up over there. I'm not. I
Can't even read my writing.
Still thinking.
We got distracted. Man, I must have ADD too because I completely cut out of the game because I got a.
Screwed you the other day, didn't
I
it?
did.
I totally have it. It was never diagnosed at our age, you know? Younger.
Close the door. Let me give you what you've been waiting for.
Marking a staying at Mary Ann's house.
This is fitting right into the conversation we just had. I don't know what you're talking about.
And I want to give it all to you.
That's right, baby.
Sparks fear or something.
He's playing with Billy Joel. Syracuse spring. Can't fucking afford it. How bad are the tickets?
It wasn't bad. It was $220, I think it was, with fees and everything.
Are they doing the round like
Really?
Metallica?
Wait, Sting and Billy Joel?
Joel, yeah.
Yeah, I thought Billy Joel said, it might have been on the Stern show, that there was a super group that he was trying to put together with him, Sting, and I think John Mayer.
Yeah, but he said.
Then he realized he said John Mayer and he backed out.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
I got a great version of Billy Joel doing This Is the Time with John Mayer, though. I'll play it sometime for you. Are you texting or playing over here?
I keep saying that
Both,
we're getting
yeah.
voicemails on our call. On our
Hey, then the phone's up. What's going on? You shouldn't be able to.
no, you're right. But if you look, it was TMZ and it was our podcast phone
text
line. I
back.
swear to
Spotify.
God.
No matter what I do, it's not going to help, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, fuck. What a good one.
Last night I had the strangest dream. I sailed away to China
hadn't heard this song.
China.
I hadn't heard this song in years.
I just shit the bed on this game completely.
This could have been two different songs. This could have been a Puffy song.
Oh
Probably
I
was.
had to wait until it started.
Yeah, that's,
It's the same band.
all right, I got one I don't even know.
Back to the top.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Who knows this?
Well, I know it's Jackson
Jackson 5,
5,
right.
but I
ABC.
It is ABC.
It's
I got
not
it.
ABC.
It's not ABC.
okay. I didn't write down ABC.
I
just
I
wrote
did.
Jackson 5.
I wrote ABC.
It's I Want You Back.
Oh, man.
I was
thought-
ABC.
Yeah.
They all sound the same to me.
They did. Yes.
This is Notorious. Biggie.
Duran Duran.
Duran.
One of the best concerts
But
I
it is
went to.
notorious, right?
It is
Yeah.
notorious.
I got it.
Yeah.
Wait, that was one of the best concerts you went to, really?
Yeah, it was so good. They sounded good. I mean, they're
When did you go? Recently?
2 years,
2 years
two
ago,
summers
yeah.
ago. Yeah,
Okay.
I loved it.
Well, that
could not-
now I
I
got the
couldn't-
theme. This is Zeppelin.
Yeah, it's Cashmere.
I knew it was
Yeah.
Zeppelin. I didn't know the song name.
Oh, I didn't write
It's
down the
Cashmere.
song because I started looking at my phone. So I only get a point.
Joe Mercado. I don't know the name.
Oh, come on.
It's too good for Joe Mercado.
This is Teddy Pendergrass.
Yes, it is, baby.
Close the door.
Come on, fellas.
I didn't get shit
I
on this.
love
no.
Teddy
I
I thought
question
for a
mark,
minute it
question
was the
mark.
other one, and then I listened. I'm like, no, it's not the right song.
Yeah, no, it's not
Let's not
the
turn out the lights.
No, very similar.
You got to close the door and you got to turn out the lights.
He was the Velvet Elvis or the Black Elvis is what they were trying. Yeah.
and then turn out the lights.
He has this song where he's like he's gonna drip wax on her,
Oh, really? I
pinch her nipples.
had no idea.
Every breath you take, the police.
Yeah.
That's right. This is our prom song. Figure that one out.
A bunch of fucking stalkers,
idiots.
man.
Goes along with Lionel Richie. Hello.
It's
Hello.
a weirdo.
Ours was This Is the Time, Billy Joel.
Yes.
Is this Earth, Wind, Fire?
Tramps. Disco Inferno.
Oh, it's a
I
Tramps.
didn't get that.
I did
They
write
sang
Disco
this-
Inferno, but I didn't write Tramps.
Saying this at Mark's prom.
What? Actually, not. They were playing New Year's Eve. They were playing in another room where our New Year's Eve party was. We ended up on the elevator with them, and they started singing this.
Wait, you're kidding? The
No,
Tramps?
I swear to God, it was up and over where the Holiday Inn is on State Street, whatever it was at
Yeah.
that time.
Okay.
We were at
The Ramada Inn or
yeah,
something.
we were at a New Year's Eve party. Then there was another party with that
with the
for
Tramps.
the Tramps. Yeah, this is like 25 years ago.
All right.
Okay,
I know the song.
Is it
I
Gene?
wrote down.
Relax for a second.
I wrote
Let
down-
somebody else answer there.
I wrote
Tito.
down Blondie, knowing it's not right.
It is not
I
Blondie.
cannot remember.
It's a
who-
guy.
I know it is.
I don't even.
Do you have
think I
any
got it.
clue?
So I don't know who the artist is. Is it Never Gonna Let Me Down?
No.
Never Gonna Slow Me Down?
All right, we'll let Mark come real quick. Go ahead.
Now,
Finish.
now they're gonna now we're gonna break my spine, right?
Stride.
Stride.
Break
stride,
my stride.
Stride. That's
Break
right.
my
Is
spine.
it James Wilder?
Matthew Wilder.
Fuck. Do I get half
you
a-
got to give him 2 points. Well,
I'm not-
here's the thing. Give him
No, it's
1
gonna
point.
bite
He had
you
a
in the ass.
spine.
No,
Like,
give
the
him
one
1
side.
point because he said break
the
my
spine?
spine is stride, but he got the last name of the singer. Like, break my. I'm sorry.
Is it
I'm
Van Wilder?
spitting. I'm spitting. Who writes a song? Bright, never gonna break my
I thought
spine.
that's what they were saying all these years. What the fuck?
I know that is.
Did
what
you
the
really
fuck?
think that?
No, I'm
Oh,
Let's Dance, Bowie.
that's right.
yeah, Let's Dance. I got one on it. I didn't get the Bowie part.
So I was thinking.
I'm just
Oh,
giving you some underlying.
I was thinking like, is it all songs turning 50? But the Notorious one isn't turning 50.
It is not.
So because I was thinking, this is all songs from 1974 to the
About
Zeppelin,
26.
Jackson 5, Teddy Pendergrass, but the Police wouldn't either. Disco Inferno maybe, and Let's Dance from Bowie was the one I think is 73 or 74.
No, Let's Dance is 83.
Let's Dance was 83.
Yeah,
you think so?
Yeah.
Saturday Night Fever.
You talking about Bowie?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
Last Dance,
just going
yeah.
around.
It's China Girls on that. What I think that was the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's-
China, yeah.
yeah. That was
But no,
on
that's
it.
not the theme.
Okay, so I'm way off. So I have 1, 2,
Any thoughts, sir?
3,
Either one of you?
What?
4,
No.
6, 8,
I thought maybe it was
10.
like a stalker song, but the Notorious one throws that off.
I got 11, and I got the whole Matt Wilder whole fucking thing
Oh,
wrong.
holy shit, Mark! 1983. You are fucking correct with
Yeah.
Bowie.
Because he made
It's
a
good.
cut.
God, so then it's got to be all songs that were 84.
No, because Notorious was in the 90s.
Oh yeah, Notorious.
I thought
Oh,
you
that
had. I thought you had it for a second because you started down the road. These are all songs that Diddy either produced or sampled.
Oh, great idea. Yeah,
Oh,
that's a great theme.
And when you said that, I'm like,
Yeah.
I think he might have it.
I didn't think about that.
I
didn't know-
sampled Zeppelin's Cashmere.
Yeah,
Oh,
for
yeah.
that Godzilla soundtrack.
Yeah, yeah,
soundtrack.
yeah.
It's
It's actually
really
not bad.
good
It's not
song.
bad.
I
Every
really
Breath
like
You
to
Take is
love
when,
that song.
when Biggie died, he did Every Breath You Take. Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
though I killed him.
Wow, that's what they're saying now. Now.
I'm see if I can find
They're-
that Godzilla.
I
one.
thought I'm
Are
hearing
they saying he
there's
killed
video.
him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
or is involved in
What
like
was-
maybe higher. I don't
Why,
know.
I wonder.
They wanted to
makes
take
no
over
sense.
He wanted to take over the kingdom.
But made no sense to me either.
Maybe Biggie was going to blow him in. Maybe he tried to bang Biggie. Who knows?
Maybe.
They tried to bang Biggie's kids on. You know,
This is a cover of the Diddy because I think they took all the Diddy off. But this is a cover from that Godzilla movie. It's the one with Matthew Broderick. In
They took all his
2000s.
music off?
The Wallflowers had
Yeah.
a song Heroes. They did Heroes on that soundtrack.
They took all his music off what?
I can't find much Diddy on Amazon.
Really? Even if you do Puff?
Wow, they really.
I mean, it's still music. I mean,
What?
he's not going to get paid for it. He's in jail. Not that they get paid anyways.
Yeah. What do they get?
Yeah.
What are we
they
finding
really
out?
don't
How many
get anything.
streams?
Hey,
it
still
has
on.
to be?
It's still on Apple Music.
I got to pay for 3 of them.
What do you have?
The bar has to pay for 3 of them. For the
For-
stream, or for that, for all the music rights.
Even
Yeah.
with the because of the jukebox.
No, bands.
Oh,
Jukebox I'm covered under their license.
Ah, gotcha.
Yep. There's 3 of them. They sock you too.
I'm sure they do.
It's terrible.
Oh yeah.
so ASCAP, BMI, and
ASCAP, BMI, and CSAC.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I hate seeing artists get ripped off, but boy, that gets to be a little crazy.
hate seeing artists get ripped off, but
the-
fuck the bar owners.
Yeah.
no.
Right, because
But that's what they say,
ASCAP
though.
alone is like $4,000 a year.
ASCAP will shut you down too.
Oh yeah, they're nasty.
They won't fuck around.
Boy, yeah. All right, well, let's get out of here before I get an ASCAP for playing this song right
Hope
here.
I hope John Hyatt comes in.
Who won this,
He,
by the way?
he won't
You
get
did.
mad at you because you're the
I
only
had
person
seven- I had
playing
7
this song.
points. He
I had
definitely won.
10. What did you have?
11.
11. So
Told you that one point I was going to bite you in the ass again.
well, but I kind of.
It didn't match Wilder. I had James Wilder. Come on,
Yeah.
fucking close.
Well, I said give him 1 point for that because you had spine instead of stride.
And you would have beat him if you were not on your phone.
Yes, I. Well, I don't.
No, I don't know.
forgot the title,
Cashmere-
right?
You wouldn't have got
Cashmere. I didn't write it
Oh, you
down.
didn't?
I didn't know. I didn't write it down.
That's what I'm saying.
I did get the let out for so many years. How could I? I know that in my sleep, and I actually really like that song.
Cashmere?
Yeah.
Oh, I like it too.
Yeah, it's long, but they do a nice job.
Other songs seem to be long though.
There's some that are like 2 minutes, but that one's 7 or 8. That one.
I used to put on Stairway to Heaven and go get food from at Fox's.
All right, we're running out of music for The Soldier. Next week's the last week.
I'll be here.
For,
now.
all right,
I'm
from now
gonna
on.
be here. I'll be here.
6:30.
6:30.
Yeah, we like that. For Matt, BTB, always serving up great pizza, great food, and for Kevin, great game with a great theme. I'm Bill Moran. We'll see you tomorrow.